In this game about the Leningrad Dutch, we will see the maneuver with the knight a6, c7 and they try to push on b5. So that is the goal of watching the games, not to see who is winning, who is losing, or to learn to memorize the moves. We try to see what works, what not, and in which order, okay? The game was played in 2007 in Ottawa, Canada, d4, f5. Now, keep in mind, if you play f5 right away, you must be ready to know what to do after this move, okay? c4, knight f6, g3, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, our Leningrad Dutch, knight c3, d6, okay? Our Leningrad Dutch. Knight f3, castle, castle, and c6, the move we have adopted to play for our Leningrad Dutch. Queen c2, and now there is knight a6, so we remember that idea, right? Knight c7, because we want to play that. Rook d1, queen e8, d5, c takes d5, c takes d5, bishop d7, bishop e3 attacking this, but we don't care in the beginning about pawns. Rook c8, and queen b3. Now, obviously, the fourth question you must have is what happens for this? Bishop takes a7, right? Let's see. Knight e4, I get that square because this cannot be moved, right? That's why I played rook c8. And he returns back with bishop d4, but I take, he takes, and boom. Great move, right? Because if you try to do this, oops, it starts to become a mess. It starts to become a mess. Yeah. So that's kind of very interesting. Now let me return back to the position. So we were in this position and we saw why bishop takes a7 wasn't good and why white plays queen b3. Because obviously that kind of threat at the end of the skewer is really good, right? Okay. So after that, knight c5, queen a3. Of course, once more, this must be analyzed, right? Bishop takes c5, its effect. Rook takes c5, because there is this, right? But at this point, you have this move, that after this exchange, you find yourself that you have a problem. And you say, why I have a problem? Because, as you can see, all the pieces are on the queen side or aiming at the queen side. You will not be able to keep it up. Okay? You could do this, of course, but then you will see that it's gonna... Black is gonna get it back. That's a fact. He's gonna get it back. How? Try to analyze the situation by yourself at this point, you will see why. Okay, let's return back again to the position. So let's continue from this point. Queen b3, right? Knight c5, queen f3, instead of taking here and then taking that. e6, bishop d4, knight f e4, bishop takes g7, king takes g7, knight d4, you see aiming, knight takes c3, queen takes c3. Now they are on the same diagonal. There is a possibility of discovery check and the possibility of giving a kind of checkmate, so be careful. King g8, rook a c1, queen f7, e3, knight e4, queen b3, b5, h4, h6, queen a3, once more targeting this, queen takes d5, and now there is a queen take a6. I think at this point instead you should ask yourself why white didn't play knight c6. Okay, because this is kind of interesting, I think, right? Rook takes c6, rook takes d5, rook takes c1, check, king, and this. Is this enough compensation or not? Think about it for a second and decide. Keep in mind that here there could be a kind of possible move repetition, right? Because if black gives check, tack, 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 tack. So that could have been happening. That's why maybe white didn't play it. Yeah. Okay, let's return back to the position. Okay, I think I put it back in the right position, at least I hope so. And instead of knight c6, he played queen take a6, rook a8, queen b6, queen takes a2, bishop takes e4, f takes e4, queen b7, rook a7, queen takes e4, queen f7, protecting this, f4, king g7, and rook d2. And here it seems the two opponents agreed for a draw in this kind of position. Very interesting. It seems it wasn't fought till the end because they thought the symmetry of the position didn't give them any chance to improve, maybe. But it's kind of interesting. So at least we saw what happened in this kind of game. Let's go to the next one.